Hello my dear students, welcome back to our online classes. So children, I am Anjana Jindal and I am back here with our English literature class for class 4. And children, here I have brought another revision worksheet for you, and this worksheet is based on chapter number 9 and poem The River. Okay, so children, this worksheet you all have to solve on your own. I hope you all have prepared this chapter. Yes. So let us start with the revision worksheet. Now children, here is your revision worksheet. So let us start with this. Here question number 1 is write their meanings. In this question, children, you have to write down the meanings of the given words. Okay? And the words given are, first one is throne. So children, what is the meaning of throne? You have to write down. Okay? Next one is steep. So what is the meaning of a steep? That you have to write down. Next word, mess up. You have to write down the meaning of the word mess up. And next word is winder. So what is the meaning of winder? That you have to write here. Okay? So now let us move on to question number 2. Question number 2, write true or false. Here you have to mention whether the given statement is true or false. Okay? You just need to write the answers only here. Okay? In this worksheet. So first statement is, everybody is kind to the people in wheelchairs. Everybody is kind to the people in wheelchairs. Whether it is true or false, that you have to mention. Okay? Next one. I find it easy to push myself around in my sister's chair. I find it easy to push myself around in my sister's chair. Third statement is, I walk to school because my school is right across the street. I walk to school because my school is right across the street. And next statement is, my sister is a brave girl. My sister is a brave girl. So children, you have to mention whether the given sentences are true or false. Okay. Now let us move on to question number 3. The question number 3 is, write the opposite gender of the words given below. So children, here in this question, you have to write down the opposite genders. Okay? So the words given are duke, witch, nephew and emperor. So these are the 4 words whose opposite genders you have to write. Okay? So now just do it. Now let us move on to next question. Next slide will take now. Yes. Here is our question number 4. So question number 4, fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. So children, here you have to fill the appropriate prepositions in the given blanks. Okay? A part, the train is going dash the tunnel. Children, in the book options are given to you, in a help box is given. But in test, you will not get any help box. Okay? So you just put the appropriate preposition here. The train is going dash the tunnel. Next one. The hammock is swinging dash the trees. Now next. The fish are swimming dash the reeds. Next statement is, the man and his dog are walking dash the street. So here in these blanks you have to fill the prepositions. Okay? You have to fill the appropriate prepositions. So now let us move on to next question. That is question number 5. Fill in A or N. So here you have to fill the article A or N. It is dash uphill ride to the fort. It is dash uphill ride to the fort. Now next one is the computer is dash useful machine. The computer is dash useful machine. Now next one. Let us make something out of dash used sheet of paper instead of wasting a new one. Let us make something out of dash used sheet of paper instead of wasting a new one. Next one is I must buy dash umbrella before the monsoon sets in. I repeat, I must buy dash umbrella before the monsoon sets in. So children, in these blanks you have to fill the article, the A or An. Okay? Now let us move on to question number 6. Write the rhyming words for the given words. So children, here words are given to you and you have to write down the rhyming words for these. Okay? The words are as, first one is hill, next one is tramp, another word is hums, and the last one is along. Hill, tramp, hums, along. So you have to write down the rhyming words for these given words. Okay? Now next question is our question number 7. Circle the group of words that describe what the river does not do. So you have to circle those group of words that describe what the river does not do. Okay? Which the river does not do. That only you have to circle. Okay? So read the question carefully. Right? Okay, so I am reading out the group of words. Stay still. Another. Flow in the countryside. Next one. Stay in one place. Another one. Flow silently. And the last group of words is give away her treasures. So children, out of these groups, whichever group of words describe what the river does not do, those group of words you have to circle. Okay? So just see this. Now let us move on to next question. So we'll go through the next slide. Here it is. Now next is reference to context. So children, here reference to context, a context is given, means few words from the poem is given to you, and based on these lines few questions are also given, right? And these questions you have to answer. Okay? So first I am going to read the context for you. The river is a hoarder and she buries down deep all those little treasures she wants to keep. So it is a context. Okay. Now based on this the questions are given. So I am going to read down the questions which you have to answer. First one. Why is the river called a hoarder? So children, why is the river called a hoarder? You have to write down the answer. Next one. Which word means put deep inside? Means children, in this context, which word is given which is the meaning of put deep inside? Okay, that you have to write here, right? These are the short answers, no? Yeah. Now C part is, what do you think are the treasures that the river wants to keep? So children, here poet has mentioned the treasures, the little treasures which river wants to keep. So you have to mention the treasures, what you think are the treasures that the river wants to keep. Okay? So these answers you have to write down. Now let us move on to our last question, that is question number 9. Answer the following questions. So you have to answer these given questions here. So first question is given as, do you agree with Patty Jean that the princess is a good name for Penny? Do you agree with Patty Jean that the princess is a good name for Penny? Shouldn't Patty Jean used to call her sister the princess, no? Yeah, so what do you think? That is this name good for her or not? That you have to write and give a reason for your answer. So you have to give a reason as well, okay? Whatever the answer you will be giving, you have to mention the reason. Okay? Now, second question. What did Patty Jean think when she first saw her parents outside her house? I repeat. What did Patty Jean think when she first saw her parents outside her house? Okay? When she came back with the throne, if you remember, she saw her parents were standing outside, no? So what she thought that time? This is what you have to mention here, okay? Yes. Now the last question, C part. Why does the poet call the river a singer? Why does the poet call the river a singer? Why here in the poem, poet called the river a singer? This is what you have to mention in this question. Okay? So just write down the answers to these questions. So this is the worksheet which you have to do very honestly. Need not to cheat from anywhere, from the copy or the answer sheet given here, okay? So first solve it very honestly on your own, and after that you can see the answer sheet, as I have given the answer sheet as well in this video, okay? See. Yeah, this is the answer sheet, okay? After doing this worksheet on your own, you can tally all your answers with the given answer sheet, okay? So here's the answers of question 1, 2 and 3. Move on. Now let us move on to next slide. See here the answers to the questions, that question 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Then in next slide, answers to the questions 8 and 9 I have mentioned here. Okay. After solving the worksheet on your own, you can tell you these answers. Okay. So now children, it's time for your home assignment. In your homework, first of all, obviously you have to solve this worksheet honestly, right? And then afterwards you have to prepare chapter number 10 for revision. Okay? In next video, I'll provide a worksheet related to chapter 10. Okay? So till then, bye-bye. All the best. Take care.